box was a wake-up call to many, including the regulators. You go in for a hamburger with the kids, and you could die. It changed consumers' perceptions, and it absolutely changed the behaviors of the industry.
E. coli cases in beef eventually started to decline. But by 2006,
that outbreak of E. coli is spreading rapidly, and
what we started to learn was that this bug was showing up in other places. People still got sick. So where's it coming from?
All across the country, grocery stores are pulling bags of spinach off the shelf as the government races to try to pinpoint the source of the deadly contamination.
Investigators eventually traced the E. coli to pigs and cow droppings on a ranch in California near where the spinach was grown.
The growers did not understand the risks. It can run into the water supply. It can be carried on birds. It can be carried on equipment. It can be picked up by other animals. The leaves get harvested, processed, put in a bag, and wind up in a consumer's dinner table.
This case is calling into question how the entire food supply is monitored.
FDA virtually never inspects farms. There were no requirements in terms of controlling this type of a risk on a farm back in 2006.
And that was part of the problem. Atchison says the lessons USDA learned after Jack in the Box weren't fully appreciated by the agency that regulates produce, the FDA. In fact, there are 15 different agencies responsible for monitoring the food supply, with some confusing overlap.
Congress has been warned again and again the food safety system was an organizational mess.
It took several more years and several more outbreaks in everything from cheese to cookie dough to get E. coli 0157 more under control. And while Congress eventually passed a law giving the FDA more tools to fight bacteria, 4 years later, the law still hasn't been fully funded or implemented.
The food safety system is dysfunctional. It's slow to react to science. It's slow to react to change. We need rules and regulations in place that are going to prevent the problems, not just react to them.
Today, food companies still have much of the responsibility for food safety. Case in point, salmonella in poultry.
Salmonella has become a leading cause of food poisoning.
Unlike E. coli, the more dangerous strains of salmonella, like Salmonella Heidelberg, have never been declared adulterants.